Sir, you don't have permission to work on this property.
I'm not charging her.
That doesn't matter.
Please, if he stops, I lose my home.
I didn't break any laws. I just wanted to help someone who couldn't afford the help. This little house in front of me looked worn out. The paint on the porch was peeling. The windows hadn't been cleaned in years, and the small yard was overtaken by tall grass that nearly reached my knees. The path to the front door had disappeared under weeds, and the old wire gate sagged as if it had carried too many years of worry. Inside lived an elderly woman, frail and alone, her hands too weak to push a mower, her body too tired to bend and pull weeds. The city had already sent her warnings, giving her a short window of time to clean her yard before facing fines she couldn't possibly pay. She told me with tears in her eyes that if the grass wasn't cut, she would be fined and maybe even forced out of her home. I couldn't just drive by. I brought my trimmer and mower ready to fight back against the jungle that had swallowed her yard, determined to give her peace of mind. As I worked, the hum of the trimmer echoed down the street. Neighbors peeked out, some nodding in approval, others just staring, and then as if kindness itself was a crime. A police car pulled up. The officer stepped out, walking towards me with a stern face, questioning why I was there, asking if I had permission, if I owned the property. If I understood, I could get in trouble for unauthorized work. I tried to explain. I wasn't charging money. I wasn't making a profit. I wasn't hurting anyone. I was just helping an old woman who had no one else. But he insisted rules were rules, and that even good intentions didn't put me above the law. The irony of it all stung here. I was sweating under the hot sun, giving my time and energy to protect someone vulnerable, and instead of being thanked, I was being treated like I was doing something wrong. The elderly woman stepped outside, her voice trembling as she told the officer, "He's the only one who showed up without him. I would lose everything." Her words carried a weight heavier than any citation. I paused, my hands still gripping the mower, my heart pounding for a moment. It felt like time stopped. The officer caught between the letter of the law and the reality of human compassion. I stood my ground. I wasn't going to stop until the yard was cleared, until that woman could look out her window and see her home restored, not hidden beneath weeds and city threats, because sometimes doing the right thing means standing against the pressure to walk away. And in that moment, I knew that even if the officer handed me a ticket, I would carry it with pride, because it would mean I stood up for someone who couldn't stand for herself. At the end of the day, grass can grow back, warnings can be issued, fines can be written, but the dignity of a human being is something you fight for every chance you get. And I believe with all my heart that God calls us to love our neighbors, not just in words, but in action. Would you stop, or would you keep going? Comment. Keep going. Follow to see what happened next. Kindness only spreads when people see it.